Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, so this is week 4 coding session. Uh, if you have any query before starting the session, you can ask. If you have any doubt, any of you have any doubt regarding any week or any content, anything? Okay, okay. So if no doubts, let's we start the live coding session. I hope you all have the online GDB invite link, that classroom link. I'm sending in the chat again. If any of you have not joined this, please join this class. Okay, we will solve all the problem in this classroom.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Gorens.
Sir, I have just joined. Sir, can you please tell, sir, what were you just saying to join?
That online GTV classroom where we actually solve the problems in this session.
Uh, Sir, I just wanted to ask one doubt related to that only.
uh,
Sir, in that, sir, I'm just able to see up to week 3 and not up week 4 and week 5.
no, week 4 we have today, so can you refresh the page?
Sir, I have just tried it, so I'll just retry it then.
Refresh it because we have released only 10 minutes before.
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Now week 4 is visible.
Week 4 are visible, no?
Yes, sir. It's now
Yes.
only before 10 minutes. It's
Hmm.
visible right now.
Yeah. Okay, those who have not joined, they can join through this link, this classroom. Sorry. Let me share my screen. So after joining this, you can see this type of interface. We have released 6 problems for today. Okay, and we will discuss these 6 problems in today's session. And all these are related to the week 4 content, conditional statement, loops. Sorry. Okay. So I'm starting from the problem 1. So these problems are based on conditional statements. So what is the purpose of conditional statement? Where actually we want to decide our actions based on some conditions. Okay, in the program. So here you can also see these problems are designed in with some scenario. So some real life scenario which you generally see in your real life, and we are going to solve this type of problems. Okay, so now first is electricity bill calculator, this first problem. So the electricity department charges customers based on the following slabs. So you know that everyone you have already seen this type of things in your electricity bill. So where some electricity charges are given in the slot. So 0 to hundreds are 5 rupees per unit, and 101 to 200 are 6 rupees. So this may be different in your area, but this is just a question. So you can see this question. Now, how many units consumed and rates are given as a charges, and your task is to write a C program that reads the number of unit consumed and print the total electricity bill. Okay, so how to solve this? So first you should know how to solve this on paper and pen. This is just like some calculation. So you should know how to solve this problem on paper and pen. Then you can try to write the code for this. So input format is integer. So we are just taking one input, okay, and that is the type of integer. Output format should also be a integer in the bill of total bill. So you can see the sample input is given 50, and output is 250. So how this is calculated? Because this 50 comes in the range of 0 to 100, less than 100. Okay, so what charges will be applied on this? So only 5 rupees per unit will be charged, and that will be calculated as a 50 into 5, 250. Now suppose if your bill units are 150, so what will be the charge? So till 100, 5 rupees per unit. So that means 100 into 5. That is the charge for first 100 unit. After that, you have additional 50 units. So that will be charged from this slabs. Okay, 100, 1 to 200. So that means 50 into 6, 300. So 300 plus 500. Total 800 should be the bill for this type of. So we have these range. Now you need to write a code for this. So we will give the unit as a input, and your output should be the total amount for the bill. Okay, so I hope problem is clear, and I hope you got the logic for that, and you can try the solution on your portal, that online GDV with me. Okay, so first problem I am solving. Second problem is the similar type of this problem you can solve, and you can share your solution with on the by sharing your screen. Okay, so let's start the same things as we have previously done. So first include the header file. So has include stdio.h. Okay, now main function and the body, and this is the return value 0. Okay, now we have created the structure. Now our task to write the input read statement and logic, and then output statement. So this is the three part actually each program generally have. So first write a code to read the input. So you know that we need to read only one integer value that represent the units. So just declare one variable for that, int unit. Okay, so this units we have declared as a variable, and we will store the input integer value in this variable. So let's write the scanf to reading the input. Sorry, what type of value we are reading? We are reading integer value, so we will write a specifier %d. And where we will store this? So we will store inside this unit variables. So now this is the statement to reading the input. Okay, so now we got our input in this units variable. Now this is the first part. After that, now we have to decide our bill based on this syllabus. So now, because there are multiple syllabus, we have to write a conditional statement here, because we have to check what our units comes under which type of syllabus, and then our formula will be different for each syllabus. So just write a conditional statement. Here there is a chance that we have to write a multiple conditional statement, like if else, like this type of. Okay, because here we have multiple slabs. If we have only two conditions, then we can write only two if else. But here we have multiple slabs, so we have to write a multiple if else if like this. So first condition if. Now how we can write? So suppose we have to also declare one variable to store the amount. Okay, what is the total amount for bill? So I am declaring one more variable bill. Okay. Or you can initialize this with 0, because we will store our final amount. If there is no unit, then 0 amount will come. So if units is less than 100, okay, less than, or here 0 to 100, so equal sign will also be there. Okay, so unit is less than equal to 100, then what should be the bill equal to units into
Units
5.
into 5.
Yeah, so this is the only bill if our units is less than or equal to 100. So this is the final bill. Now the condition, second condition. So else if, okay, so else if is condition. One second. Else if, now we will write a if units is less than equal to 200. Okay, in this case first 100 unit will be calculated by the charge of 5, but after that remaining will be calculated by the amount of 6. So bill equal to 100 multiply by 5 and plus now units 200. Okay, so 200 minus units. Okay. No, 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 not. I think units minus 100. Hmm. So this value will be calculated by the charge of 6. Okay. This is additional. Hmm. Okay. So this is the expression if our units comes under in the range of 100 to 200. So this is the way to calculate for the bill for that. Now next slabs, else if and units is less than equal to 300. So same logic we will use here. So bill equal to 100 into 5 plus 100 into 6 plus units minus 200. This will be calculated by the slabs of 7 rupees 7. Okay, so now this is, and last condition, else part. Okay, so else part, because more than 300, now that is 8 rupees. So same bill equal to 100 into 5, this is 100 into 6 plus 100 into 7 plus units minus 300, and that will be multiplied by 8, and this is the last expression. And finally we have written all the logic, all the calculation logic for each syllabus. Now just print this value as a output. So print f and percentile d. So our output format is just a amount, so just write a percentile d. Okay, and pass your bill variable here. Okay, so this is the complete code. I hope this logic is clear for this type of question. Let's run this, see if anything is wrong in the syntax.
Sir, in the second else if, I think we
Huh.
have given an extra parenthesis close.
Yes, so we are getting the error for that. You can see bill equal to this. So we are getting one additional bracket here, this one. Hmm. Okay, and now this is working fine. So let's pass the input and see what output we are getting. So we are getting 250. Let's see for 150, and output is 800. So looks like correct. So like 250. So that is okay. So this is 1450. So that means first is 500, then second syllable is 600, so 1100, and then 250. Third one is 7, so 350. So 1100 plus 350, 1450. So this is correct. So looks like our code is working fine, and syntax is also correct. Just test it. Okay, 6 out of 6 passed. Now we can see two public test case and others are hidden because our logic is correct. So others are also passed. Okay, so your logic should be correct to pass the private test case. Okay, any query in this? Anyone? Any doubt?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in the sixth line, why you wrote it as int bill is equals to 0?
Sixth line.
Yes, sir.
So we have just mentioned if okay. Okay, so that is also you can remove bill equal to 0. That is not required, but for the safe purpose. Okay, if we are just calculating some value which we want to uh, print in as a output. So for safer purpose, we generally assign with the value 0. Okay, otherwise what happens? Suppose if you are calculating some calculation like bill equal to bill plus. Okay, like this in this way. So at that time, if suppose if you not initialize this bill, so that value will be initialized with some random garbage value.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this
Yes,
is
sir.
just a safer side. Otherwise, here it will not affect, because always we are assigning the value. We are not using the previous value. Okay, we are not adding into the previous value. But some case, if you are adding the current value into the previous value, so at that time, always assign with the zero or some initial value. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Here this will also work, because we are not uh, using that type of logic. Okay, so this will also work. Okay, so I hope this problem is clear. So you will see this type of some scenario in the exam. Okay, in the OPP exam, where some story will be given, some scenario will be given. Just figure out that what is given as a input, what is the calculation required, and what should be the output format. So just
Sir,
follow that. Hmm.
sir,
Yes.
what is the exam, sir?
Exam. You are qualified students or?
Qualified, sir.
So qualifier, that programming exam will, that is not for you. First, just give the qualifier exam, okay, and then qualified. If you qualified and if you want to continue this course in the same current term, so then exam will be conducted maybe after 2 weeks of the qualifier exam.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I think dates are already given in the grading document. If you see grading policy. So you can see this is the quiz one date. Okay, this is your qualified date, 13 July. There is no quiz two exam for the C programming course. But if you want to continue this course in the same term, 19th July. Okay, 1 week after the qualifier. Okay, 19th July is the first OPP exam, and 24th August is the second OPP exam for this course, programming exam. Okay, so
It is compulsory to give both OPP exam.
actually, each OPP exam have some weightage. You can see this is the final formula for the to calculate the score. Okay, so here by this formula you will actually lost 10% marks. Okay, because we are selecting here maximum of 15 and 15. So 15% weightage is for both OPP1, OPP2. But suppose if you missed any one of them, then your score will be calculated like 20 max of OPP1 or OPP2. So one of the exam marks will be become zero and max will be calculated. So that means 10% lost is there
Okay, sir.
in your final score. Okay. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Shall we move to the next?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, second problem. You can see this is also very similar, and here the scenario is different. And this is also a real life scenario. So you are not maybe working professional, but maybe once you will become a working professional, you have to give the tax. At that time, you have to calculate this type of calculation for your tax. Okay. So income tax calculator calculate income tax based on the annual income. Okay, so what is your annual income? Based on that, this tax is decided. So same similar to your electricity bill. Here is also a slabs. Okay, up to 2,50,000 no tax. Okay, 0% tax. Then 2,50,000 rupees from to 5 lakh. So that is 5% tax on this slabs. Okay, this range. If your income is more than this, between 5 lakh to this 10 lakh, so in that case, 2 lakh 50,000 to 5 lakh 55% will be deducted, plus what is the additional amount you have more than 5 lakh. On that, 20% tax will be deducted. Okay, and if you have above 10 lakh, then the amount which is above then 10 lakh, that 30% tax will be deducted for that. So this is also a continuous calculation. So that means if you have more like 15 lakh, okay, so first 2.5 lakh 5%, next 5 lakh 20%, and next 5 lakh 30%. In this way, the addition of all these your will be the tax actually. Okay, So here you can see the sample input is given. So in input is a again integer amount which is representing the annual income, and output format is a text in the format of that decimal. Okay, with two decimal point. So this value is float. So this is constant. That means your that input value always will be in the range of 0 to 10 to the power 7. This okay. This is the constant of the input. So now you can try this because this is also very similar. So who want to explain this? Not just to explain, just write the complete code line by line by sharing the screen. Any of you want to explain? Okay, Gorans. Yeah, Goran. So just write the complete code at the fresh. Okay, do not just explain.
Sir, actually, I have just typed it. So should I like share my screen also?
Share your screen and the type from the starting again.
Uh, okay.
Okay, and also explain line by line.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. But I have like just typed it. So okay, sir. I will just delete it and then again type it.
Huh. So others are also please write the code. Okay, do not just look the code. Please write. Yeah, yeah. Someone raised the
Sir,
hand.
are you able to see it now?
I can see. Yeah, someone raised the hand. Noel.
Yes, Professor, I have a question. Could you
Mhm.
please explain like what difference between for loop and while loop? For example, we have two assignment question
Mhm.
in week 4.
Mhm.
The practice assignment, we have last two questions are asking about the difference between those two.
So generally, for loop, actually we can do the task from the both type of loop. If we have any task, we can perform that task with the help of both loop. But we generally prefer if we know at the initially we know the how many iteration we want to perform, then we generally use the for loop. Okay, and if our iterations are depends on some conditions, and we want to perform and we don't know when that condition will occur during our iteration. Generally, at that time we use the while. Suppose suppose we have some stores. Okay, suppose we have some stores, and that stores is we are just calculating the total amount for the uh, items. Okay, and we are just giving the items. We don't know how many items we will uh, enter into our systems for the total amount. Okay, at that time we can just run a loop, a while loop, and at that time every time we will ask that do you want to add one more items. So if we are just pressing yes, then we can enter one more item amount for the total amount. So here we don't know how many items anyone will purchase. So initially this information we don't have. So in that type of case, we generally use the while loop. But initially, if we have the initial information that how many iteration we will perform, then we can directly use the for loop. So this is the
Oh,
main application for different. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, some of the programming assignments are based on that, I think. So where we are reading the input at the runtime. Okay, and we don't know how many inputs we will read. So in that case, generally we use the while loop. Okay. Yeah, Goran. So you can remove this code and just write it again.
Okay, sir.
Huh. Yeah, others please also just write the code. Do not just look. Okay.
So in the first line, we have included the header, include hash include stdio.h, and then we have created the int main function in which we have taken the int variable income, which will store the value given by the user. Like in the sample input, it is uh, three showing the value, and then we have taken a double to calculate the in double data type to store the tax in the variable name tax, and then we have inputted uh, the income which has been inputted by the user. Then we have checked the constraint by checking if condition, where the constraint says that if the value of the income should be greater than and equal to should be more than 0 and should be less than 10 to the power 7, should be less than and equal to 10 to the power 7, for which 0 should be less than and equal to income, and income should be less than and equal to 10 to the power 7. Then we are checking for the first condition. The In the income range, the value should be less than 2540 zeros, and if so the tax calculation is 0%, so we are directly writing tax is equal to income, so the income value would be stored in tax again.
Here, line number 8, that tax should be 0 on that, not tax equal to income. Okay, na? If your income is less than 2.5 lakh, then tax should be 0.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
uh, then in the 10th line, we are checking for the second condition, like if the tax should be the income should be between 2000 2 lakh 2 lakh 50,001 and less than 5 lakh, and should be less than 5 lakh. Then we are calculating the tax on it by calculating 5% of the income. And then in the second, if else if condition, we are checking for the second condition. It should be uh, where the tax range is given to 20%, so we are calculating tax is 0.02 into 10 to into the income.
Gorans, your previous solution which you have written, that was working. You have tested that.
uh, yes, sir, so that was working. Like I've No, I have not clicked on test button. I've clicked on the run button. So it was asking me for the value. So I just wrote the sample input was given here. So the output
Okay.
was coming the same. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Rishabh raise the hand. Rishabh, what you want to say? Rishabh, your mic is off. Okay. Yeah, you can continue. We will check later. Okay.
it's, and in the last else if condition, I have checked like if the for the last case, if the income is above 10 lakh, then the tax calculation is 30% on it. So like tax is equal to 0.03 into the income, and then after the if bracket, uh, I would write the else condition, and the else condition would contain return zero uh, because the constraint would not be filled up, and the program would not be get executed.
Okay. So your code is completed.
Yes, sir. It's, I think like I've missed some bracket. It's showing bracket.
Okay. Here for others actually. Now, can you tell me this logic is correct? What are the error in this? Others.
Print statement.
Yes, I
Print
know.
statement is missing. Okay. Output is missing.
Sir, there are many errors in the else if statement because the question says up to 2.5 lakh there is 0% tax, but from
Hmm.
2.5 lakh to 5 lakh there is 5% tax. So
Yes,
only
sir. That would be 0.05.
Line number
but
11.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
sir, in line
Then
Okay.
number
in line number 14, also 0.2, that would be 0.2, and the other
yes sir.
tax above 10 lakh, that would be 0.3.
Sir, also in line number 11 it would be income minus 2.5 lakh, that is 2 comma 5 250,001, then into 0.05, because only that portion would be taking for tax, right? Because the
No,
first two
here, okay, here
zero.
something is missing. So I think maybe in understanding the question. So here, if the income is more than 5 lakh, so that means 2.5 to 5 lakh, that 0.5%, 5% should be taken. And the amount which is more than 5 lakh, on that amount only, the 20% tax will be taken. So previous slabs tax will also be added. Okay, line number 13, where you are calculating. One second. Line number 13, where you're calculating if your income is greater than 5 lakh. So here the tax will be calculated like this. Just write 2 lakh into 0.05 plus, can you type?
Sir, sir, can you please repeat the line number?
Line number 14.
Okay.
Just add the tax on the previous slabs. So 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh. So here just write 2,500 5, yeah, 5 lakh on this amount, multiply by 0.05 05 plus now the remaining amount, so that means income minus 2.5 lakh. On that amount the tax will be 0.20, the 20%.
Okay.
Just write plus here, plus now income minus 2,50,000 One more zero. Multiply by 0.2, 0.2, 20%.
Okay.
Okay, now this is the calculation on the slabs for 5 lakh to 10 lakh. Okay, now above one last condition also do the same thing.
Okay.
Mhm. Still it is not correct. So here
Correct.
2 lakh 50,000 into 0.05 plus next slab 5. You need to write a 5 lakh, not 10 lakh
Okay.
into 20. 5 lakh
5 lakh into 0.2.
0.2. Not here. Instead of 0.3, 0.2 plus now income minus 10 lakh.
Into 0.3.
3. Okay. Now this is the logical part. You have corrected. Now just check the syntax part. First run your code. Don't click on the test button. Yeah, simply run the code and check what type of syntax errors are coming.
Sir, in the sixth line, I guess there is one more extra parenthesis.
If you have written, okay. So one mistake is you have written in line number 6 if statement, and inside this if block you have written directly else if. Okay, but else if always required a before that one if statement. So you have directly started with else if part. That block should be start always with the if statement, not else if. So line number 7, remove this else if. Okay, just write if.
Okay.
Okay. And now don't remove this. Don't remove this. This is fine.
Sir, but then it would. Okay, sure.
Okay. Because line number 7 to your this 16, all these blocks are actually related blocks. If, else if, else if, else if. Okay, all are covering your the slabs logic. The above line number 6 are checking the constraints. So that else part is okay. You are returning 0. That is also not correct.
Sir, then what should I return? Like, because sir, if the constraint is not in the field, then we have to return something.
No, actually, this constraint. What is the meaning of constraint here?
Uh,
Constraint meaning is always the income value will be comes under this range.
yes, sir.
Okay, so you can remove complete this else part here. Okay, because that will not be happen.
Okay.
Okay, print text and you return 0. Okay, now run the code. See what others are still there. Okay, so now just pass some input like 3 lakh. Check what output is coming. Hmm. Okay. So that logic is also incorrect. That line number 11.
Sir, at line number 11, it should be income minus 2.5 lakh, then into 0.05.
Yes, yes. That is also just line number 11. Change this because till 2 lakh 50,000, no, actually no tax. So the remaining amount 50,000, only that 5% tax will be applicable. Okay, now your logic is correct. So you can test it, or you can also check your border conditions. So 2,50,000 is equal sign is there. Else if okay, you have taken from 1 to 5 lakh. This is fine. 5 lakh 1 to this is also fine. Hmm. So one more, yeah. So if your income is great, line number 16, that is also incorrect because above 10 lakh, not the equal 10 lakh. Okay. So remove the equal sign here. Hmm. So these are some corner type of case you have to think at the time of. Okay. So what are the given?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now it looks complete. Any others? If any issue you have seen here, anything? Six test case
Sir, in
pass.
my case, the code is passing only one test.
1 second. So what error is coming in the? Can you just do? Okay, this is passed. Okay. 1 second. Can you show me the code again?
Okay.
I'm going to LFTX return 0. Return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Point 2 is fine. 0.05 is fine. Take.
Sir, at line number 14,
Huh.
we will be having income minus 50,000 because for the first 2.5 lakh it's free. Then for the another 2.5 lakhs, we are doing a
5
0
lakhs become, yeah.
lakh, that
Okay,
will
yeah,
be 5
correct,
lakhs.
correct. 5 lakh, yeah. Okay, can you test it?
So I'll just count the zeros once.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Click on this. Still 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Any others are getting all test case pass for this?
Yes,
No,
sir.
sir.
So yeah, others are getting pass. So still, I think you have some error in the logic. Okay. If income is less than else part, if x equal to 0, else if 2 lakh 50 to 1. Okay. Tax equal to income minus 5. It is fine. 5 lakh is less than equal to income. Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I think in the 14th line that would be 2 lakh 50,000 rupees into 0.05.
No, tax equal to 2,50,000 is 0.05. 1 second. This is fine. Plus income minus 5 lakh.
That 0.05 rate of interest is on 2,50,001 rupees. So I think that would be 2,50,001 rupees, not only 2,50,000.
No, sir, that is
No,
correct.
no,
Like,
no, that is correct.
sorry.
So that range actually we have the amount, na? 50,000. So that
Yes, we have
till
2,50,001, but if we count it, it comes to
it is
2,50,000 only.
hmm. Okay, 2,50,000 into this 5, then income minus 5 lakh. That is point 2. This is looking okay. Income is greater than 10 lakh. So 2 lakh would be a 0.05. Don't write 1 here. So that is, I think, fine.
Or sir, should I try it once? Or should I click on the test then?
You can check.
Okay, sir.
No, still
Sir,
not.
3 only.
Okay. Okay, who got the all test case pass?
Sir, me.
Uh, okay. Can you share your screen?
Yes, sir.
What thing we are missing here? So the first logic is,
Sir, should I share?
you can share.
Oh, okay, sir.
So then I would have to stop sharing.
No, no, you can also stay.
So should I then stop sharing, or sir? Should I like?
Just keep it. Okay, just you can stop the sharing and see where is the mistake actually.
Yes.
Hmm.
Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, yes. So you mention income is fine, tax is float, income is greater than, income is less than this, income is less than 2 lakh 50, tax equal to 0.00. Okay, I think this tax equal to 0.00. Saving is 250, so tax equal to 250. This is 0.055, else if income 0.2, else yeah, 5 like 2%. The codes are looking the same. Only Gaurav, you can just write tax equal to 0.00 instead of tax equal to 0 and check.
So I didn't get you. So can you please repeat?
This line, tax when income is less than equal to 2 lakh 50,000, you have written tax equal to 0.
Yes, sir.
Can you just write tax equal to 0.00 float value?
Okay, sir.
Check. Because logic is looking very similar.
Sir, it's still showing 3 tests passed.
Okay. Uh, mhm. Yeah, Priyanshu, you can stop the sharing. Gaurav, you can share again.
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
okay, sir.
This might be logical error. Okay, can you test your code on the input 5 lakh?
Sir, can you please repeat it?
Just run the code and pass the input 5 lakh.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Okay, 1 to 5. This is correct. Okay, can you now check for the 6 lakh?
Okay, sir. Sir, 6 lakh?
Hmm. 17,500. Okay, so what should be the tax according to the rule? Can you calculate? So till 2.50, then next to that is 5%. So,
Sir, it should be 32,500.
huh. So now your code is giving error. So let me check again. First thing, just do not type this one, remove this one, and just mention 0 in the calculation. Tax equal to 2.01 plus income. Income minus 5 lakh into that. So your income is 6 lakh. So income minus 5 into 0.2, 0.5. How this 17,500 is coming? 1 lakh 20%, 20,000 directly coming. Where
Sir,
is?
sir, should I run it again?
Run it. But still, some logic is incorrect because this calculation is not happening correctly. 6 lakh amount is, this is incorrect now. Income is incorrect range. And then 25, I'll save this 5 lakh and say that else if it's like, and less than 10 lakh. Tax equal to 2% plus income minus 5 lakh. Don't know what is wrong in this.
So the logic seems correct.
Maybe this chaining expression, na, I have doubt in this chaining expression.
Yes, maybe if we write the
Huh.
full else if statement with
Hmm.
bitwise
Because
operator.
generally C don't support this type of expression. If, yeah, this end condition is fine. End condition is fine. You have also mentioned one chaining condition in the first if statement. Can you change that also?
So where? So this one.
Line number 6. Line number 6.
Okay, sir.
Can you check now?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
No, sir. The
Sir,
value.
Okay.
uh, what type of error is showing int and long int type?
So you have mentioned the variable income integer or float. What type of variable you have mentioned? Okay.
Sir, only in type.
So
Or
do not type here LD. Just type D.
okay,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Hmm. Yeah. So actually, this is the issue with the chaining operation. So Python generally supports this chaining type of operation, but C I think have issue. Do not use
Okay,
this type of chaining expression. Always use or and and operator with the chaining operator. Okay.
okay, sir.
Sir, actually, Python and Java are high-level languages, so they like they are compatible with many of the operations, but C is not compatible. That's the problem.
Hmm. So C plus plus is also a high level, but the same things
Yes,
actually
sir,
we
C++
cannot see.
is good, but C is
Uh-huh.
a little complicated.
But the same things
There
we use
was a
in the
syntax
C
error
plus
or
plus.
there was a logical error?
Sorry,
Sir, there was a syntax error or there was a logical error?
this is something semantic error actually. Syntax error when you type some syntax which generally no, that is not supported by the language.
Okay,
That is some incorrect syntax. Okay, that is syntax error. So this is also not a logical error. This is just like a semantic error where there is no meaning of this some expression.
okay.
Okay,
Like
so
I mean,
this
the compiler is not able to understand what we are trying
this
to do.
chaining expression. So there is no logical error actually.
Okay, sir.
So that is not a supported operation. Now all test cases are passing now.
Yes, sir. Sir, all the pass.
Okay. So logic was the same as the previous question. Here the only these things are this chaining expression was the issue.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
I hope all this is clear. Logic part and everything is clear.
Yes, sir.
You can stop sharing. I'm sharing
Yes.
my screen. Okay. Now let's move to the second.
So the third one.
Third one. Sorry. Okay, so third one is also based on the conditional statement only. So here you can see this is also a one real life scenario, ATM withdrawal validator. Okay, so a bank's ATM allows withdrawal if amount is a multiple of 100. Okay, and balance after withdrawal including rupees 10 bank charge. Okay, always so each transaction have the charges 10 rupees. Okay, that is and balance should be non-negative. Write a program that takes initial balance, what is the balance in the bank actually, and amount to withdraw. So and print the balance after transaction or print transaction failed. So if this constraint is fulfilled, so our input amount is multiple of 100, okay, then or our balance is more than our withdrawal amount, so then our transaction will be performed successfully. Otherwise that message should be come, transaction failed. Okay, so this is the condition is given, so always check this condition before giving the output. If these conditions are not fulfilled, then return this transaction failed message, otherwise just return the remaining amount. Okay, so this is the question, print the balance after the transaction. So this is also based on the conditional statements. Let's write the solution for this. uh, we will write the same hash include. So you can also write studio.h int main return 0. Okay, now here we have two inputs. Okay, so first is balance and second is withdrawal amount, so how much amount we want to withdraw. So these two inputs we need to read. So now let's declare two variable for that. So int uh, amount and withdrawal, both are the integer value. Okay, so both are the integer value, so that is like withdrawal amount. Okay, so, hmm, withdrawal. And these are the two variable, and one more variable, what are the balance actually. So balance. Now in balance we will store our final result if our amount the constraint are fulfilled, otherwise we will print simple message transaction failed. So now just read these two input first. So scanf, and both inputs are integers, so %d, and we will store these in our variables. So and what are the first is amount, so that and symbol amount, and second value is representing the withdrawal value, so at withdrawal. Okay, so now this is the input we have done, and after that just write a constraint. So here, so if, what is the first thing, if withdrawal amount is always multiple of 100. Okay, so this is the first condition we need to check, so that withdrawal amount should be multiple of 100, so that if we divide this by 100, our remaining value should be 0, remainder should be 0. Okay, so this is the first condition, and second condition we have, oh, don't write the bracket here. And that is the second condition, that is our balance should be greater than. Okay, balance, okay, so the 10 rupees is charged.
So the balance should be non-negative and including the 10 rupee bank charge.
Huh. So that means balance after withdrawal actually. Okay, so after withdrawals means, so that means balance minus that is second. So we can write this condition like this. So withdrawal plus 10. Okay, if this value is greater than, or not greater than, less than, equal to our balance. I think this is fine. Okay, not balance actually, amount. I hope these conditions are clear. So first condition is for, we are checking our withdrawal amount is multiple of 100.
Excuse me,
And
sir. Sir, it's given amount is a multiple of 100.
amount is multiple. Okay, so here the variable meaning is different actually. We are just taking amount as a initial amount in the bank. So okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
let's, I think some confusion is there. So balance and withdrawal amount we can write like as a amount. Okay. Now amount.
So then it should be balance one then.
Mhm.
The
1 second. Balance. Yeah. So person terminology is different. So that is amount. Okay, so balance means how much amount we have in our account. Okay, amount is representing how much amount we are actually withdrawing. So that is the meaning. So that should be amount, and if our amount is less than equal to balance. Okay, I hope these conditions are clear. Or you can write these conditions separately, like with the help of bracket to understand better.
So you declared balance two times.
I'll check that. Okay, so I think that is not required. We will update our final balance. Okay, so this condition is clear. We have mentioned both condition,
yes, sir.
and this is what amount which we are withdrawing plus 10, that is charge. That should always be less than equal to balance. Then this transaction will be happen. Otherwise, we will simply print our message transaction failed. So inside this condition, then we will calculate our remaining balance. So that means new balance means balance equal to balance minus. Okay. So balance minus, what should be the minus value here? Amount plus 10. Okay. So this is otherwise. So okay. Else part.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So where also the constraints would be the if condition like it's given like the withdrawal amount should be uh, greater than zero and should be less than 10,000.
So that is the input case actually. We should so you are saying this withdrawal amount is 0 and less than equal to 10,000. These are the input constraint, means our input will always be lies in this these value. Okay.
Sir, since sir, then amount is the withdrawal amount. Like I'm not able to get which variable is working as which variable.
So amount is representing withdrawal value
Okay.
and balance is representing the amount value which we have in our account currently.
So balance is that matlab, the amount is
Amount.
there in the bank.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So after this condition, so we will simply print our balance. Okay, so balance is simply percentile. Okay, so how we are printing? Simply value. So percentile D and our updated balance. So that is simply balance. And else part. So else part, if any condition is not correct, so that simply a transaction failed. Okay, so that printf, this is simply a strings transaction failed. Okay, that should be match exactly as required. So this is the part we have done. So let's run this. If any syntax error, no syntax error, like 1000, 500. So we are getting 490 correct. Okay, so let's test it. Okay, all test case pass. Yeah. So any query in this? Yeah, Noel.
Yeah, Professor. So, these constraints in the question, so we don't have
Hmm.
to note it. Declare it in the program, do we?
Yes, yes. So this is not required because this is required if we suppose constant is very big. Okay, suppose is this on the right side, the value is given as a very big, and our integer variable is not supported that. So at that time we have to take care of that. We have to declare some long variable, long size variable, so that can store that value. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
you, if you know, integer generally takes 4 bytes. So what is the range for that integer variable? So what minimum and what are the maximum value that can store? Okay. So generally, if our constraint is representing the more value which our integer value can store, so in that, at that time we have to declare our variable in with some different types, maybe long integer. So this is the constraint to just uh, define our variable correctly. So that can store this range. Okay. Let me just check. 1 second. Integer. Hmm. So you can see this simply integer variable. This simply integer variable have some range like this value to this value. Okay. So at that time, suppose if our constraint is given that that variable will contain the value which is more than this range. So at that time, we cannot use integer variable. We have to use something this long int or long int. So that constraints are useful to just identify that what is the range of the value and what variable we should take, what type of variable we should take for that. I hope this is clear, Noel.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So I hope this question is clear. So this is also a conditional base. Shall we move to the next?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
please wait a minute. I'm just like checking my end with it.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, Amit.
sir, still I didn't get where to put the conditions for constraints and where we
Uh,
don't have to mention the concept.
so first thing, just read this question. This constraint is useful to define our variable type. Okay. This range is very small range, actually 0 to only 10,000 or 10 to the power 6. This 10 to the power 6 comes under this which I have shown you. So this, you can see this range, actually this is very big. This is more than 10 to the power 6. So this range is only useful. So here it is given that your input value will always be lies in this range. What input value we are giving in the code, that will always be lies in this range which is given here, constraint. Okay. So your
Yes, sir.
variable type should be the correctly defined that can store this range. Okay,
Yes,
suppose
yes.
this balance amount is given too much, like 10 to the power 10 or 10 to the power 20. So normal integer variable cannot store that range. So you have to declare that variable with the help of long int or long int.
Okay,
Okay. So
okay,
but generally this range is small, so you can simply declare your variable according simple integer.
okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Farans.
Sir, I've just tried to run to test my. Like, I've written the same code as you have written, but
Hmm.
sir, it's showing me like only 3 tests have been passed.
No,
Same, sir.
maybe um, same for others also. Okay, can you share a screen?
Sir,
Yes.
mine is showing 4 tests passed out of 6.
Okay. First thing is clearly check this part, transaction failed. The all spelling is correctly written or not. Okay. If any single character is changed or space is changed in between, your test case will be failed.
Sir, I've shared my screen.
I'm checking. So amount balance, can I present the amount balance you have stored? Okay, condition amount is checked. Okay, zero and amount plus n is less than equal to balance. This is also fine. Balance equal to balance minus. minus amount plus 10. This is also equal to balance. Okay, now check this transaction. TRAN, this is TION FAILED, turn 0. Can you click on the run button? No, not run. Just stop and test button. Stop first. Click on the stop. Hmm. 3 out of 6. First test case is failed. 1 second. You can see, okay, your code is giving transaction failed on this amount. First test case. Okay, you can figure out that why your code is giving this. Can you show me code again? Hmm. So if amount percentage 0 and amount plus less than equal to balance. Amount balance. Okay. Amount is the first. Okay, I think you are reading the value. You have swapped the value actually. Okay, first value is representing the balance. Second value is representing the amount.
Okay, sir.
In line number 4, just change the position.
Okay, sir.
You can stop sharing.
Yes, sir, just a minute.
Okay. So let's move to the fourth question. Now these questions are based on simply loop. Okay, loops based. So I hope you know that when we use the loops, loops is required when the same type of operations is required multiple times. Okay, we are performing the same type of operation multiple times, and we know that how many times we want to repeat that operation. So we can contain that operation within the loop. So that actually reduce our code size. Okay, suppose if you want to perform the same operation 5 times, one things you can do, you can write the same operation 5 times in your code. Other things you can do, you can write that operation within the loop and run the loop with 5 in the range of 5 times. So both code will work in the same way, but this is just a different writing styles of the code. So loop means we are just repeating the same things to fix some specific number of iteration times, and that iteration will be depends on some variable that we will define in our for loop structure. So here you can see in this question, so sum of even numbers. Write a program to read an integer n and print the sum of all even number from 1 to n. So you know that how to check the which number is even or which number is odd. So that operation is simply check number and divide by that number by 2 and check the remainder. If remainder is 0, the number is even, otherwise not. But these things we have to check with all number from 1 to n. Okay, so same operation we want to repeat multiple times, and we have the range from 1 to n. So instead of writing the same operation this n times in your code, we will write this operation within the loop, and our loop will actually perform the same operation for this range. Okay, so this is simple. Now how to use the loop? So let's start this code. So hash include dot h. Okay, so return 0. Okay, so now what is the input for this? So a single integer n. Okay, here our range is starting from always 1. So that one initial part is we know already 1, but n we will read from the input. So n value will be read from the input, and our range will be run always from 1 to n. So that means input is required n. So we can declare our variable as an integer, n, and now we will read our input. So scanf and percentile d, because this is an integer, and just store this value in our n variable. Okay, now our input part is done. Now our next task is identify all the even number within this range. Okay, so just identifying to checking the number is
Sir,
even or not. Yes.
sir, for that we need to have a counter, sir. So can we
Huh.
say that counter equal to 0, and after that we can initialize the for loop?
Uh, Counter means we are not counting actually. We are
Like
just adding only.
adding.
Huh.
We need to have a variable
Huh.
sum.
Yeah.
So
So
sum equal to
we
0.
need a we need a variable. Something like total. We can write anything. Okay. So that we have to declare like int. I'm just giving the name total. And okay, so I'll see one difference here. So total equal to 0 I have initialized. Okay, so that initial value sum is 0. After that, for this range, okay, so for this range we just write a loop. So for, and you should know what is the structure for this for loop. First, there are three parts inside this loop structure. First part is the initialization, where from we want to start our variable value. Okay, so the variable which we want to use for this for loop, that is called as a for loop variable, and that is actually incremented in our each iteration or decremented in our each iteration. So initialization part, first part is the initialization. So there are two semicolon in this. Okay, so first part is the initialization of our variable, where from our variable will start. So int I equal to 0. Okay, so now we are not 0 1. Okay, because our range is starting from 1. Now second part is the conditional. Okay, when our loop will terminate. Okay, terminate, or every time, every iteration we will check this condition, our condition is correct or not. If our condition is correct, then we will only enter in our loop body. Otherwise we will exit from our loop body and we will move to the next instruction after loop. So this is the condition part. So our condition is, so where our range, actually what is the last limit for our range here, so that is n. Okay, so our I value should be less than equal to n, because n is also included in this range. Now we will start from I equal to 1, and then 1 2 3 4 5 like this, and till n. So this means we will increment our I every time by 1. So this is the statement for I equal to I plus 1, I plus plus. Okay, so every iteration we will increment our I by 1, and we will check this condition. If our I is less than equal to 1, then we will enter into our body and we will perform our task. Okay, so this is the body. So now in the inside this body, for every value of I, so I is representing the range from 1 to n, and we need to check every value of every value in this range just by dividing by 2 and equal to 0. So that we are checking that how many that elements which are even actually. Okay, so if our I, so we are checking with I. Okay, so I percentile 2 equal to 0. So that means if this condition is true, so that means our I is even in this range, and that value we will add in our total value. So total equal to total plus I. Okay, else part, there is no need to write else part here because we are ignoring that. Okay, so we are only interesting on the even value, even elements in this range. So we will only add our even value into our total value. And finally we got the sum of all even numbers from 1 to n by this loop, and after this loop we will print our result. So that print, and here some message is required. You can see output format is like this: sum colon space and our value. So that means sum colon space, and here we will write our percentile d. So we will pass our variable value, so that is total, and we will write here. Okay, so this our code is done. So let's run this. Okay, no error. So 10 sum is 30. So our output is coming in the same format as required. Here the interesting thing is, if suppose if we miss this and we only write this int equal to in total, so there might be a mistake in the output. This is not always. Let's check this. You can see. So what happening here? So we are getting something garbage value. Okay, and this may be change in every run. So let's again run. So you can see this is change. So this is happening because if we are not initializing our variable, okay, so that will contain some garbage value, and our new value will be added into that garbage value in our loop. Okay, so this I value will be added in some previous garbage value, not into the zero. Okay, because of that, this is the just always remember this all for this type of operation where you are adding into the previous value. So total equal to total plus I. So this, what is the previous total value you have, so that should be properly initialized. Okay, so that's 0. So now this is working fine. Now test. Okay, so test is pass. So this is the loop, how we use the loop. I hope this is clear. Any doubt in this? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, for the total, can we write a long total equal to 0?
You can declare this that type of variable also.
Okay, sir.
So here the constraint is like this 10 to the power 6. So based on that, you can define. Okay. Okay. So next, I'm moving to the next, and if you have any doubt, please stop me and I'll move back. Okay, this is also very interesting problem. Where the most of the students actually done mistake in this. So write, this is very easy to by just looking this problem. Okay, so write a program to print number from 1 to n, but print fetch this message if the number is divisible by 3. Okay, print buzz for the number divisible by 5, and print fetch buzz if the number is divisible by both. Otherwise, print the number itself. Okay, so how you will write this logic? So I hope the question is very clear. Suppose this range is given 5, n is 5. So that means 1 to 5 we want to print, but we will check these three conditions. If number is divisible by 3, so we will print 3. If number is divisible by 5, we will print buzz instead of 5, or instead of that number. Okay, fetch buzz if number is divisible by both, then we will just write a fetch bus. Suppose for that example is suppose 15. If our range is 1 to 15, okay, so that 15 is divisible by 3 as well as 5. So at the place of 15, our message should be print fetch bus. So how you will write these conditions? So here order is actually very important. So let's write the code for this. So has include stio.h main return 0. Okay, now we will just declare one variable int I. Okay, or int n, and just take this as an input, scanf %ld, and read this variable n. Okay, now our input reading part is done. Only this input we want to read, and after that simply because here also we required a loop because we want to go through all the elements from 1 to n, and for each element we have to check these three constraints. Okay, four conditions, and based on that we will print our value. So uh, that means we want to check this all three condition with each value from this range 1 to n. So that means that conditional statement should be written inside a loop, and that loop variable will provide these range, okay, 1 to n. So just write a loop for int I equal to 0 initialization, not 0, that is 1. Okay, and the condition is I should be less than equal to n, and each iteration, after each iteration our I should be incremented by 1. So this is our loop. Okay, and we will use this our loop variable I, so that is starting from 1, and then it will be incremented one by one. So 1 2 3, and this will stop at the n. So 1 to n, this will provide the range. For each value of I, we will check these conditions. So that means there are multiple conditions. So we will use our conditional statement if. So I am writing the condition and just tell me what is the logic possible error in that. Okay. So if I, okay, so if I is divisible by 3 equal to 0. So this is the first condition is given in the question, and uh, we will just print here. So print, what should be the print message here? Fetch. This is the message. Okay. Now second condition. Else if I divided by 5 equal to 0. Okay. Now our print message should be that is buzz. Okay. Now again one more condition. Else if it is divisible by both. Okay. So I divisible by 3 equal to 0, and I divisible by 5 equal to 0. Okay. So now this condition we will print message fetch bus, and else part we will simply print our value uh, I. A second. I. Okay. First thing is our output should be printed on a new line every time. Okay. So each element will be printed into a new line. So we have to use new line character here. Okay. So slash n. After every print, we will use this slash n. This is the one thing. Slash.
Sir, in the 13th line and in the 21st line,
Yeah. Hmm. It's fine.
yes, sir.
Okay. So here, just check this code and see what we're getting. Some error we have. Okay, for I loop. Let me mistype. Okay, so this is not a comma. This is colon. Okay, so now it's fine. So let's run for 5. So you can see our range is printing 1, 2, fizz, and 4 buzz. So this is as required. Okay, so 1, 2 fizz and buzz. So can anyone tell me this logic is correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any others? Any mistake in this logic? Any corner case where this logic is not correct? Just figure out.
And is that equal to 100?
Sorry.
Our constraint were not taken.
No, I am not able to understand what you are saying. Can you type in the chat? Your voice was not clear. Yakas,
Sorry, we have to initialize the value.
which value we have to initialize?
Uh,
Constraint is given. Okay, so that is not required because our code will work for all value. No? So 1 to 100. Any things where our code will fail for this range? This constraint is only for the variable type
Yes, sir.
actually. Yeah, Gaurans.
Sir, like when the value would come 15, like
Hmm.
when the I value would be 15,
Hmm.
then sir, it will only print fizz, not buzz with it.
Hmm. Yeah, correct. Yeah, this is the correct things. So where our code is actually failing. Okay, according to the question, if our numbers is divisible by both, then fijbus should come. Okay, so what generally happens, most of the students follow this order and just write the logic according to that. Okay, first condition is 3, then 5, then this, and then the else part according to this. But here the twist is at the value when I become 15, like 15. So at that time, this condition will actually become true, and at that time only fish will print, not the fish bus. So you know that in this statement, if any one condition is true, remaining part is not executed. Okay, so because for the 15, 15 is divisible by 3, so at that time fish will be printed, not the fish bus. But according to the question, fish bus should print. So we should take care of this. So what should be the order actually? If any value is divisible by 3 and 5, then fijbus should be print. So this condition should be written first. Okay, this part should be written at the first place. After that, we should check 3 and 5. Okay, so this is the important point of this. So like this 3 and this and I percentile 5 equal to 0. So if now our I value is divisible by both, then our message should be print this fish was. Okay, and after that we will write our remaining condition. So like this is 3, or you can just type anything. So that is fish. Okay, and this is only was. So like this. Okay, so now always we will check if our number is divisible by both. Okay, then only we will move to the next condition. So if our 15 value is coming, so that fish was will print. If otherwise, then we will check the remaining conditions. So our message will be printed successfully. Okay, so like suppose if for the 15 range, you can see if we pass 15, then at the time of 15 you can see you are getting fish first. So that was not the case in the previous logic. So here the order is important in this problem. Okay, so this is one loop based problem and loop and conditional combination. So these two problems are based only single loops. Next problem is based on the nested loop. Okay, so loop inside the loop. So I hope this is clear. This is simply conditional statement for each value of I we are doing, and the order is actually important here. So let's move to the next last problem 6. Okay, so here this is pattern based problem. So we are giving some value n, and based on that value some pattern should be print. So like sample input is given 4. So first line only one star should be print, second line 2 star, third line 3 star, and fourth line 4 star. And total line should be the total 4 lines actually. Okay, so 1 to n we need to print that number of lines we need to print, but each line the star should be the equal to the line number. Okay, so in this way this will something triangle, uh, triangle, that is right angle triangle, that should be print. Yeah, someone Akash.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Akash.
Sir, here, why when we pass 15 value in the previous program,
Hmm.
then print all possible here condition.
So that was printing, na? So 15 we are just doing.
Yes, sir. Sir,
So
here fees and fees was all of condition here printed here.
So all will be print actually. That you can see this question. Write a program to print number from 1 to n. Actually, our task is to print all number from 1 to n. But
Yes, sir.
instead of if number is divisible by 3, we will print 3. If a number is divisible by 5, then we will print buzz. If our number is divisible by both, then we will print fetch buzz. So you can see one is not divisible by anything. Okay, so we are printing number itself. 2 is not divisible by, but this 3 is divisible by only 3. So then instead of 3 we are printing fetch.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so this is the task actually, but this 15 is divisible by both, so we are printing fetch first.
Thanks, very thanks.
Okay, so next question. Yeah, so here we need to print some pattern of the star. Okay, so I hope pattern is clear. So what is the pattern? So if our input is 4, so that means 4 lines should be print. First line 1 star, second line 2 star, third line 3 star, fourth line 4 star. So that value may be different. Suppose if the value is input is 1, so only 1 star will come in the one line as output. So here that means uh, we need to print 4 lines. So that means our sum part should be depends on our input. So to print 4 lines, but each line also we need to print some stars. So that means here we need a some iterations are there here also. Okay, so we our task is to print a star, but how that star will be print, how many times that star will be print, that is depends on two dimension. Okay, one is number of lines and second is number of stars in each line. So because of that here two dimensions we need to handle, and because of that we require a nested loop where each loop will handle one of the dimension. Okay, so here just write a first take the input. Okay, okay, so let's int n and scanf. This value we will read scanf and percentile d, and we will store this value in our n variable. Okay, so after that our task is required. Okay, so that means uh f- to handle the line. Okay, so we need to print n line, so that means we are writing the first loop to handle the line number. Okay, so that for I in range of, not sorry, I am writing in this Python syntax, sorry, int I equal to 0. Okay, so here we require only count actually, we are not printing the I value or something, so we can start this range. So I is equal to 0 and I is less than equal to not equal to n, or you can just write if you're confusing, so then you can simply write I equal to 1 to I equal to n, so I plus plus. So how many times this loop will run? that will run only n times. Okay, so if n value equal to 4, so 4 times this loop will run. So I 1 2 3 4, and then it will terminate. So this I value will handle the line number. Okay, and for each line, actually now we want to print asterisk. So that we required a another for loop, because each line we have the different number of uh, star. So to handle the number of star in each line, so for that means for each value of I, we required a number of stars. So that we will write under this for loop. So for int j, I am just taking another variable, and that will handle the number of star in each line. Okay, so that is just like a one, and that should be so this is the one star equal to 0. Okay. Hmm. So that is the one star, and that j loop is depends on the line number, which line number we have. So that j value should always be less than equal to I. Okay, if I equal to 1, so j loop will run from 1 to 1. Okay, that means only one time. So that means only one star will be print inside this loop. So I'm just writing a loop. So j plus plus, and now the print statement, print f and asterisk. Okay, so we are printing this asterisk, and now what type of output will come? You can see this is the nested loop, and so for each value of I equal to 1, j loop will run one time, one star will print. Then I will become 2, and j loop will run 1 to 2 two times. Okay, so that means this print star will be print two times. Okay, in this way.
Sir, I think, sir, by like there should be one more print statement.
Yes, so that is required. So let's see first thing, what type of output we are getting. Suppose if I am printing 4, so you can see all stars are coming in the one line. So one star, then two star, then three star, then four star. But all are coming in the same line. So that means after printing all the star in one line, we need to move our cursor into the next line. Okay, so after that, our next star should be printed into the next line. But after printing all the star for that line, so I equal to 1, one star will be print. After that, our cursor should be moved to the next line. So in this way, our print that new line characters. We cannot write new line character in this statement. Otherwise, each star will be print into a new line. So we have to write a one separate print statement, printf, and here we will just use a slash n. Okay. So in this way, now see again. Okay, we missed the semicolon. 4. So now you can see we are getting the pattern as required. So 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and 4 star. So this j loop is actually printing the star, and that j loop is depends on the value of I. So means I is representing when I is equal to 1 means first line. At that time only one star should be printed. When I become 2, that means second line. At that time 2 star will be printed. So because of that, this second loop will run two times, because we this condition is dependent on the I value. So in this way we can handle the two dimensional thing. So suppose 10, you can see we are getting this right angle triangle. Okay, so this is the logic for this some pattern printing. I think something is missed. Maybe some configuration is wrong, not the all. Okay.
Sir, in my case, it is showing that 5 test out of 6 passed.
So my also it is showing 5 out of 5. So there is a chance for some configuration mistake. Let me check. Mm, 6. 1, 2, 3. This is looking fine. 5. Okay, so our private test case are 4, 3. Looks like okay, and okay, test our code for each input. It is handling 1 or not 1. 1 star, so it is failing then. This is passed, or private is failed. Okay. 2, this is fine. 3. So code is working fine. I think some configuration is mistake is there.
Yes, I tried up to 10. It's working fine.
So maybe some star or some configuration mistake is there in any one of the test case. So because of that, it is failing. Otherwise, this logic is correct. No problem with this logic. Okay. So yeah, this is the last problem today. Any doubt in this? Any problem?
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, can show the first question for today as I was like not able to type it completely.
Okay, this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, once you write the code, now after clicking on the test button, so also click on the submit button. Okay, so then I'll got your submission information. Any query, anyone?
Sir, in the last question, sir, then we should submit it. The last star question.
Which one last?
So the star
Uh,
question, sir.
last week.
No, sir, this week, sir, the week 4, question number
Uh,
6, the star question. So, sir, we should submit it like it's showing only like 5 cases.
5 out of 5. So correctly, I'm not able to figure out that which test case is wrong actually. So 2 values given, 1 star, 2 star is there, 3 star. Oh yeah, this is wrong actually. Hmm. You can see for 2 only 2 lines should come now.
Yes,
So,
sir.
but I think this will not reflect because that is already released. Okay, you can submit at that in the same instance.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Now it's showing 6 out of 6 test
Oh, it
passed.
is updated.
Yes, sir. After you did that.
It's reflected. Okay, okay, fine. So that test case where the input was 2 but 3 lines were there. So okay. Okay, anyone, any query, any doubt?
Sir,
Yeah, Amit.
sir, in the third question, I'm getting 4 test passed. I'm not getting where I'm doing wrong.
Okay, now share your screen and show me.
Okay.
Yeah, Amit, your voice is not clear, I think.
Sir,
Can you click on the full screen mode? This mode. Okay. Okay, so balance, withdrawal amount, balance and withdrawal. That balance. No. So same the variable that order is incorrect actually. We are looking for withdrawal amount. Okay, so withdrawal amount should be multiple of 100, not the balance.
sir, here.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So withdrawal amount, just change that variable, and withdrawal amount plus 10 is less than equal to balance. This is okay. Uh, Balance equal to withdrawal amount. Can you test? You can stop and then click on the test button.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Sanjay.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Sanjay.
Actually, we are facing when I write the program and run, and then uh, means here so the test is uh, fail.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
Can you
share
share a
my screen?
can you share a screen and show me what you're
Okay,
talking?
sir. Okay, sir.
Week 4, problem 4. Okay. And your font is very small. I'm not able to see the code. Can you increase your font of your browser?
Okay, sir.
Okay, just leave it. I'll check. So this problem was read integers sum of even numbers. Okay, in 10 total equal to 100. Scanf is fine. I equal to 1 to equal to 100 I plus plus. Inside this loop, you are checking I equal to 2, then total equal to total plus I, and then sum. Okay, so here just write sum inside the sum string. Na, type as capital.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so that format should be as it is.
Actually, when I write the has including stdio.h, but here automatically not write return 0 and curly bracket. It's not automatically right.
No, it will not automatically type. So that is something different things. Okay, so then that some editors provide some automatic uh, fill fill the code. So here it is not applicable. In this editor, you have to type everything. Okay, that
Okay.
is the editor actually functionality. They provide some like support in the code.
Here
Okay.
sum is a capital letter, na?
S should be capital in sum.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, sir.
And just test it after this update.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any other query, anyone? Okay. Okay, then no query. Then we can wind up the session. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Very thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.